I have a question for you guys. Do you remember when fighting games had stuff to do in it other than just story mode and versus mode? Older Dragon Ball games used to have plenty to do outside of just the story and versus mode, and that's what we're going to talk about today. What if these modes return in a new Tenkaichi game? Alright, I guess we'll start off with kind of a controversial one. In Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, for the story mode, it was kinda different. The story mode was kind of like Mario Party without the mini games, and it actually wasn't that bad. As a story mode, it's horrible, but gameplay wise, it's actually pretty cool. Basically, if you land on the same spot as an enemy, then you have to fight that enemy. There's also an indicator next to your piece on the board telling you how many lives you have left. If you lose, then you lose the little green square and you get sent flying to another space on the board. This can sometimes send you into enemies, so you're forced to fight twice in a row. There's different items on the board that can grant you extra attack power, extra defense power, or straight up just give you another life. There's also spaces on the board that can change how the battle goes, like no blocking, having your health or ki constantly drained, start the match with half health, having no ki, and plenty more. There's also Dragon Balls and Dragon Radars too on the map, and for some reason, if you dig up an onion, then you can move an extra space on the board. I'm not saying this should replace the story mode, but to have this as an extra mode will be cool. And playing this online will be hella fun. Alright, now let's talk about spectator mode. So, do anybody remember when fighting games had it so you could watch two CPUs go up against each other? It seems like most fighting games just forgot about that feature, and it shouldn't be that hard to include. You pretty much already got the CPU set up if you're making a fighting game. There was plenty of times in Tenkaichi 3 where I just matched up random characters from the show. We'll probably never get Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan Blue in the anime, so let's recreate that in the game. Sometimes I just want to eat my cereal and make bets on which CPU will win the fight. I would also like to see spectator mode online. Making it so we can watch people battle would just bring so much more to the online experience. We can take tips from fights or just have a blast watching moments that will have you on the edge of your seat. Both of these would keep people in the game a lot longer. Character reference in Tenkaichi 3 was definitely an underrated mode in my opinion. This was more for people who either didn't know the characters at all or for the hardcore Dragon Ball fans for the Easter egg that it has in it. Literally everyone in the game was given like a social media account. You can find characters' introductions, listen to their voice, see what they look like in different outfits if you want to be freaky. Or get funny commentary from Chi-Chi. The commentary was definitely my favorite part in all of this. Chi-Chi is about as blunt as ever on some of these.
Oh, there's Tian's little friend. He hasn't gotten any taller.
It's an added touch on the game for us Dragon Ball fans, and I love it. Okay, now let's talk about Evolution Z. I don't think a lot of people remember this, but Tenkaichi 3 actually had RPG-like elements to the game. There was a way to customize your characters and make them stronger, or weaker if that's your thing. You had skill-type items such as making characters who can't normally fly actually be able to. You can give your character a halo, which decreases a bit of your health, but it makes it so you can charge up faster, and this only can be used by good characters. You can change your aura colors with these, or you can make it so you do double damage from throws. And this is just 4 of the mini items you can do. This brings back plenty of replayability and customization, like Hercule was literally flying. And the best part, you earn these just by playing the game. DP Battle or Destruction Point Battle was another mode in Tenkaichi 3 that I feel like was kinda underrated. This was basically team battle, but your character is assigned points depending on how strong they are. You pretty much had to build a team and not go over the amount of DP points that is set. This meant characters like Hercule was 1 point and characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was 10 points. I'm gonna just go over these modes really quick because these are self-explanatory and these were in older Tenkaichi games. Survival mode, y'all know this. You choose a character and you fight your butt off to stay alive. Mission 100. You had 100 missions and had conditions for each of them. Beating a certain amount of missions gave you rewards. For example, beating 30 missions in Tenkaichi 3 made it so you was able to unlock survival mode. And Dragon World Tour, which is pretty much like the tournament mode of Dragon Ball. You fight against someone and if you win, you advance to the next round. Tenkaichi 3 had plenty of different style tournaments with different types of rules, so it'd be interesting to see how they could add on to this. Hopefully whoever the developers of this game is haven't forgot some of the stuff that made Tenkaichi fun besides just fighting and bring back some of these modes. Let me know what you all want to see come back in the new Tenkaichi game. If you want to see more, then check out my last video where I talked about my initial ideas for Tenkaichi 4, like how a tournament of power mode can actually be. Thank you all for watching. Everyone, stay flawless, and I'll catch you in the next one.